Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you decided to join me. My name is Stacey. I hope you're having a great day. I'm an infidelity recovery coach, as many of you may know. If you are new here, welcome. I am here to help the unfaithful in their affair and recover from their affair. If you would like any information on working with me, check the description box below. And do not mind this. Please forgive me that my background is a little off in these upcoming videos. I'm working on a project and I don't know where else to put my camera, but let's get on to today's video. Today's video is 6 reasons the unfaithful justify their affair. So, you know, if you're a betrayed spouse and you have found out about your partner's affair, then you're well aware that they have lots of reasons for the affair. They have a lot of justification as to why they're having it. I know, you know, for me, I did too. In my mind, everything my husband did wrong, even when I was having the affair, of course I justified, you know, the flirting and justified walking, like emotionally checking out of the marriage on his behavior. But even after, you know, the affair started, I just looked at everything my husband did as a justification as to why I should be in the affair and actually leave him for my affair partner. So let's get into 6 reasons why we do this. The first one is, I'm not in love with my spouse anymore. We have grown apart. Or I'm not in love with you, but I love you. You know, we think that with love, you know, or in a relationship with love, we should always feel, like, have the emotional part of love. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't, but what we're comparing it to as time goes on is the high in the romantic stage of a relationship. And a lot of times we don't realize that a relationship goes through 4 stages. So that high that you first feel in the beginning is not something that you're going to carry throughout the relationship, and it doesn't mean the marriage should end or you don't want to be with that person just because you don't feel that in love feeling. Now, of course, when the affair partner shows up and you start to fall in love with them, then you're in a completely different stage. You're in that high stage of a relationship. And that's why it's easy to compare the two, and you can say, well, I'm in love with my affair partner, so this is how love and relationships are supposed to be, so this is where I need to be, and I just not in love. I don't feel that high with my husband, but I do love them. So that's one reason. Number 2 is, I never had a real connection with my spouse. Now, this can be true. I have ran into clients who they really didn't have a connection with their spouse, but is that an excuse or a justification as to not being, or as to having an affair? And no, it's not. But for people who, what happens is, when you're having an affair, you really start to compare your affair partner to your husband. So it's easy to rewrite history and to say, well, this connection that I feel with my affair partner is nothing. I've never had that with my husband before. I've never felt this before. So therefore, this, with the affair partner, what we have must be real, and this must be where I should be. And that's not necessarily the case. But that's one reason why we justify, is we notice and compare the connection is different. Number 3, we don't have anything in common. Now, just because you don't have anything in common doesn't necessarily mean you shouldn't be together. But it is a justified reason per se that, hey, my husband and I don't have anything in common, and my affair partner, we have tons of stuff in common, so my life with them would be much better. Now, I will say this was one of my big ones, is that my husband and I, we really don't have a lot of things in common, but what we do have is that we will take part in whatever the other person enjoys. We will do stuff together, like, you know, he likes cars. I'm not huge on cars, but I will go with him to the shows and I will enjoy it. And, you know, I will be active. And the things that I like, he's not hugely into, like shopping and makeup and all of that. But he will come with me, and, you know, in Home Goods we'll will actively together look at stuff for the house. So it's not that we share this, with my affair partner, we like to read, and we had a lot more things in common, and it's easier. The flow is easier. Of course, it's like, well, we have all this stuff to talk about, but you want to ask yourself, would life be better with this person? Just because we have stuff in common, and that's another video, but that's one of the reasons. So it's very common to justify, hey, we don't have anything in common, and life just seems like it would flow better with my affair partner. Number 4, I wasn't getting my needs met. This is huge, and it's the first thing that you notice. Hey, I'm not getting my needs met. My affair partner's meeting my needs. If you cannot meet my needs, then I'm going to go where I need to go to get what I need to get, because you're dropping the ball. And let me just say, none of these justified reasons are okay, and they're actually deception for the person who is having the affair and can lead them to ruin their life. But anyways, number 5 is my spouse doesn't love me anymore. This was for me, and I've had other, people. Depending on your attachment style, you're going to, if you are anxious and you have the abandonment wound, you're going to think, well, my husband is not pursuing me, or we're not spending a lot of time together, therefore he must not love me anymore. And that does come from an anxious attachment style. If you have the fear of abandonment, you will tend to read your spouse's behavior as, okay, if they pull away from me, if we're not spending time together, if they're not pursuing me, then they don't love me anymore. So they, feel like, okay, this other person does love me, and I need to be with someone who loves me, because I'm not going to waste my time. And that's kind of, what I thought. I was thinking, well, if I'm going to have to if my kids are going to grow up and I'm going to have to be alone, then I don't want to do that. I don't want to be alone when my kids leave and have to, be married to a roommate. If you don't love me anymore, then we need to go our separate ways. Okay, number 6. I can't be monogamous. Now, this one's a little tricky, because people can say, I like the thrill of being with a new person. And truthfully, that person that says that, I can't be monogamous and I like the thrill of being with new people, what they're saying, like subconsciously, what I hear is that I use this as a coping mechanism, and it's a form of having an addictive personality. Some people, if you notice people, or what I have noticed is that when they say I cannot be monogamous, I don't want to be in one type of relationship, it's when that high starts to wear off. Now I want another relationship. Now I'm addicted to love. It's not that I cannot be in a monogamous relationship, I'm just addicted to the high, and to get that high feeling that the romantic stage of love creates, I need to be with a new person, because that's the only way I'm going to get it. Because, a couple can create moments of dopamine excitement, and you can learn how to make your life thrilling here and there, and make it fulfilling to last a long time or to last a lifetime. But if you are a person who is addicted to that high, you have to change partners on a regular basis, like every couple of years at the most. So this is what, the unfaithful will think, hey, I just can't be monogamous. And a lot of times they don't understand what's going on beneath the surface. They don't understand that it's a coping mechanism. And again, it goes along with their particular attachment style. So I hope you found this video helpful. These are some reasons that we, as the unfaithful, will justify having the affair. I'm not saying that this is right, but this is some of the thought process that we go through. It's what we're thinking. And the thing with that is, a lot of this stuff is really deceptive in nature. There may be some truth to it, but there's not a lot of truth to it. And it just goes back to Adam and Eve in the garden. You know, when Satan deceived Eve, he said some truth. You know, he told her some truth, but the lie that was in there was what ruined her life. So we have to keep that in mind, that a lot of infidelity is deception. You know, and it's really, if you're a Christian and you're looking at it from a spiritual point of view, it's really Satan taking advantage of our weaknesses and our childhood wounds. And the problem is we don't know it. You know, so he takes advantage of that because, you know, with knowledge and then acted upon knowledge, there's power. And if we don't know we have these wounds that actually cause this behavior, we won't know how to fight against it. So anyways, that's my video for today. I hope you found this helpful, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.